Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Last week I had problems on that sideboard where we had to subtract, having to regroup across zeros. Some people did not do very well on it, so we're going to do the same exact thing this week. However, I'm going to start off class today by going over a random problem where we subtract with we have to regroup across zeros. So I'm going to take this random problem here, 700 subtract 68. So I have to find the difference between 700 and 68. Now, let me ask you, Ireland, is this problem, is the difference going to be greater than or less than 600? Greater than. Because I'm taking less than 100 away. So if I'm taking less than 100 away, it's going to go, 700 minus 100 is 600, but I'm not taking a whole 100 away. So I'm going to have less. Now I write those problems on the sideboard, 3 each day. And I write them horizontally like this. You should always rewrite them so the place values are lined up. When we're subtracting, we start at the smallest place value. In this case, we're starting in the ones place, which is actually 1/10 of the tens place. I know, that was on one of the task cards. It says, what is 1/10 of 10? And everybody put 0.1, and actually it was 1, because if you take 10 and divide it into 10 equal parts, each part's 1. So we're going to start in our ones place, because that's the smallest place value. And I look, I have 0 ones, but I need to take 8 of them away. Can I take 8 of them away? No, because I don't have any. So I have to regroup from the tens. So I go over and I look at the tens. I need to regroup that, but I don't have any tens. So I cannot regroup from the tens, which means I have to take another step next door. I'm going to take one of the hundreds. So now, instead of 700s, I have 600s. I need to take one of that 100 I took away, and I need to trade it to tens. So I need to add 10 tens to the 0 tens I had. Okay, now I have 600s and 10 tens, so it's still the same value. Haven't changed the value. However, I still cannot subtract in my ones place yet. So I have to take one of those tens, and I have to change it into 10 ones. So now the value is the same, because I have 600s, 9 tens, and 10 ones. So that would still equal a value of 700. But now I can go ahead and subtract. But you got to remember to do this correctly, or on Friday when we turn these in, the 15 problems from the sideboard, it won't be a good grade and you'll be sad. This class will be fine, but it's my other classes, of course, this class does great in everything. So we have to find the difference between 10 and 8, which is what class? 2. The difference between 9 and 6, which is? 3. The difference between 6 and nothing else, so my answer should be 632. Now, Maddie, if I wanted to check this answer, how would I check to see if this difference is correct? Do you remember? Good. I would add 68 to my difference, and it should equal what, Maddie? 700. Yeah. So really, those people obviously in my other classes who didn't do well on this could have checked their work and found out they didn't have it right. Couldn't they? It's a Festivus miracle. So they really, if they want to get them right, they should. Now again, this was a random problem that I just randomly picked off the top of my head. I did not look at the third one over there. I didn't even look at it and write it down up here. In my first class, I didn't even look at the first one up there. and randomly accidentally write it down up here. And guess what? In my second class, I didn't randomly look at the second one and randomly put it up here. It just was coincidence. So if I were a student in this class and I wanted to make sure I was doing this correctly, I could look at the awesome teacher's YouTube channel and see what was put on it today and go to class 1 and see if I did the difference between 817 correct. See if I did the difference between 325 correct. And again, see if I did the difference between 768 correct. I mean, if it were me. I'm just saying. Boom, shakalaka, peace out, God bless, love you. Do something kind today. Save the bees.